Hi Jonathan, thank you for coming to Caplo to talk to us today. We are at home to Inverness Caledonian Thistle on Saturday. Could I just get your thoughts ahead of the match, please?
It's going to be a very tough game. They're very hard to beat. I think they've only lost one game this season. So they're a team that they try to play football. They score a lot of goals. They're quite offensive, and something we need to be taken into account. I felt the away game at Inverness was very good. We played a good game and got a good draw. Could have even been more that day. So I'm looking forward to a good game. I think it's going to be a good game of football. Obviously, from Falkirk game, we're looking to be a little bit more expansive going forward, a little bit more offensive. Because I think that in the last two games the defense have been working really well. We've been looking very solid as we did last weekend.
You mentioned it there, it was a clean sheet last weekend. You have been pleased on the defensive side of the game?
After the Infirmary game, we've been working very hard on it. I felt that game was not good enough, and after that we've been working hard, both in a 5 and in a 4 now with the defence, and they've been looking good. I think Falkirk was restricted to one chance at their home, and I'm very pleased with that. But it's finding that balance now, but between the defence and also to be a little bit more of a threat in the final third, which we weren't against Falkirk, but going back another home game against Dundee United, I felt we created a lot of chances in the second half, and if we can get that kind of energy going forward, I'd be pleased.
You mentioned the word energy. Is that what you're looking for? More energy? Is it quality? What's the specific?
A little bit of both. I think the energy with that, I mean, runs without the ball, runs behind, taking people on, the pressing a little bit better as a team, winning the ball back in the opponent's half after you lose it. That's energy. It comes from energy for me. Reactions and energy. And if we can step that up a little bit, I'll be pleased. I think the defensive shape is always the most important thing. But if we can do that a little bit better than we did in last weekend, and also the quality, when we get into crossing positions to try to get it in the right areas, when we have a shooting chance to hit the target, when we have a set play to again go for the header, win the header, and hit it on the target. I think we lacked a little bit of that against Falkirk.
Has that been a focus in training this week at all?
It has. The balance between defence and offence, I think, is important. I think at home you obviously need to be more offensive. You need to be more expansive and without losing that solid defence.
Speaking of the balance, there's obviously the last two games have been draws. The division was all draws last weekend. And I think you said something interesting in the after-match interview, was wins can be massive in this league. Is it important to try and turn the draws into wins now?
Of course, I said that since I came in. Wins are massive in this league. You don't see any teams really, A United in the beginning, winning 2, 3, 4 in a row, which you see in other leagues a lot of times. It's Dundee United had a good run and then they drawn a couple, and you see it with a lot of teams, Ross County even, and Inverness especially. They've been drawing a lot of games, and that's just the way it is. It's very even. You have to fight really hard for a win. You have to have quality in both boxes to win games, and that's something that we're working on, and I think progress has been made, especially defensively. If we can get, as I said, I think the Dundee United game, especially the second half, was very good at home, home game, and if we can get that, please. But it's, as you say, 3 points is massive in this league because there's going to be a lot of draws every weekend.
You mentioned progress defensively there. That's been hampered by injuries of late. Could you just give us an update on the injury situation, Jonathan? Gregor Buchanan's situation is better than first feared, is that right?
Yeah, I think when he came off we feared the worst because he said his knee got planted and somebody fell on it, so that's always a big worry. I think the first signs are encouraging that it's not too bad, but obviously he'll be out for this weekend. Kerr Waddell is another one. He came back into the frame last weekend, but I didn't want to put him on the pitch because he hadn't trained once. So he was a forced one, but he's had a good week now, and he's obviously, we only have 4 fit first team defender, which is a little bit of a worry, and it's a little bit of obviously a concern and something I need to maybe try to address.
You say try to address, is that in terms of recruitment?
Yeah, I think the balance of squad. We need competition for places in all areas of the team, and I feel also I need to be able to make changes into formations as well. Whether I want to play with 3 or with 2 centre halves, and at the moment I'm always restricted of what I can do, and I think it's an area that it would be important to get more numbers in, because we are short of defenders at the moment, with Jack Iredale obviously out as well.
Has there been any progress on that front at all?
With Jack, he's running now, but obviously he'll be out for another couple of weeks at least.
On a similar note, Denny Johnstone, you're hoping Denny maybe return to training with the team this week. Has that happened?
It has happened, yeah, and he's looking sharp. He's a very professional guy, so he's been keeping his fitness really well, which is the most important thing when you come back, that you don't break down again, and he's been doing that, and he's looking good, and for me he might be, he's like a new signing for me, when he gets fit, because he's a very good player when he's firing on all cylinders,
He'll obviously be lacking match sharpness. Is he close at all to being involved?
We'll make a decision on that. I mean, he's a very good player when he's fit. He hasn't trained much, but as I said, he's a fit guy, and he's been working hard in the gym while he's been out. So we'll see about that. But it's probably too early for him.
It's the last game before Christmas. It's always something everyone looks forward to. You were in here yesterday at Caplow for Morton and the community's Festive Friends. How did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. I think it's important. I think, as I said before, that the fans are so important, and the relationship between the club and the fans, all ages, are very important. And I think the community is doing a great job, and I think it's important that the first team support the community schemes. And this was a great lunch. I enjoyed the food, enjoyed the company, and brought my wife along as well, so she enjoyed it as well. So it was a good, very relaxed afternoon.
With it being the last game before Christmas, is it always nice to get 3 points just before Christmas and send everyone home happy? Is that the ambition?
I think Christmas times are always important, because it's a change of the term, if you like, and it would be great to get home with 3 points, an early Christmas present for everybody at the club. And I think it's important as well, looking at league positions and going forward into the new year. It would be a fantastic 3 points.
Excellent, Jonathan. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck against Inverness on Saturday.
Thank you.